Hey everyone, welcome back to Caesar's Freedom Stead. Now today I want to go ahead and show you a video on how to safely transplant your potted plants into larger pots. So your small plants here. Now there's a couple of ways of doing this, but over the years we found the best way of doing it, and I wanted to share that with everyone here. Right now is the growing season for most states. We're just getting started. You get past that first frost date, and some of us in the warmer states, we've already got a bunch of plants growing. So if you see my last video that I posted, you'll see everything that we planted from seed so far this year. And so we have a lot of stuff that's already very, very close to that tipping point where it starts to actually produce flowers for fruiting. So I want to go ahead and show you how to transplant these the safest way and the healthiest way that you can do it that we've found over the years. Okay everyone, step one, get your plant that you're going to transfer and get your desired pot that you want to transfer it into. This is a significantly larger pot. Now this is not going to be the final stage. It's going to go to a much, much bigger pot than this once it grows larger. The reason why we're transferring so much is because we're not planting in the ground this year, as I mentioned on my last video. But this is what we're going to be doing. I like to put it in 2 to 3 different stages. Seed inside the cup, inside of the medium container, and then I put it into a very large container, and that right there just helps it develop. Now, what I like to do first, most people just kind of take this out, shove it in there, water it, and they're done. That's a good way of doing it, but it's going to be a little bit stagnant if you do it that way. Here's the best way that you can transfer your plants without them becoming stagnant or dying or damaging them in any way. So, as you can see, this is a little bit dry. So I didn't water it today on purpose because I wanted to go ahead and do this for everybody. And right here, we have some rainwater. Let me say it again, rainwater. Don't use your hose or anything like that. You want to use rainwater because rainwater will not damage your plants. It's what your plants want. They crave rainwater. The magical and special ingredient to growing plants and growing food is rainwater. Isn't that right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. So go ahead and water your plant first just to kind of hydrate it a little bit. All right. What you don't want to do is transfer it when it's dry into another dry container. You don't want to do that. So you want to hydrate it first so that it is ready to be transferred over. You don't want to put a dry plant into a dry soil there. That's just not good. Your plant will actually become stagnant, and it might actually die if you don't give it what it needs in a certain period of time here. So give it rainwater first. There again. All right. You don't want to give it too much, not for it to be leaking out the bottom. All right. So he's happy. Now what you want to do, the pot that you are going to be transferring over into, go ahead and give it some rainwater as well. Now, keynote here, you're not drenching the dirt. You're not drenching it. You're not giving it heavily lots of amounts of water. I have this tiny little cup. You just want to give it a little bit of moisture. The plants want moisture. Plants survive when there's moisture. So, if it's nice and moist and you're putting him into a relatively moist area, he's going to be happy. Be happy and happy to be home in this new area. All right, step 2, we're going to go ahead and make a little hole inside of our container that we're going to transplant into, and then we're going to put this guy in there. So what I like to do is open it up here on the side, just kind of squeeze the sides here, and just try to make it just a little bit smaller than how big the plant actually is. You don't want to make it too deep. Some plants will actually die if you bury them too deep into the dirt. Some actually do fine, like tomatoes, because they'll actually grow roots on their stalk, you know. But this is an eggplant right here. You don't want to do that. So dig it just slightly less deep than the actual cup is. And let's go ahead and take them out. Squeeze the sides all around, and just catch them as it comes out. All right. Now look at those right there. Now you see, this one has not become root bound. This is very good. It has hanging roots right here. That's what we want. You want to have hanging roots because you want to plug them in to your new container here. What you want to do is actually help it. Help the roots spread out a little bit like that, okay? So that they're ready to expand more. A problem that you'll run into is if you don't do this, it'll actually become root bound. Even though you put it into a new container, it'll become stagnant and not grow because its roots are used to that old container it's in. A lot of times you do need to help it sprout out a little bit. You're encouraging it to go ahead and spread. So let's go ahead and put it in. All right. Let's go ahead and make sure the roots go down there into the bottom, just like that. See how the actual plant is just slightly above the hole? That's what you want. And now just go ahead and put this dirt back over the sides here, make it nice and uniform. All right. And there we have a new potted plant into his bigger container. This plant is very happy. He's got a little bit of moist roots, and he went into a pot that's just a little bit moist, and he's ready to go. Now, you could go ahead and give it a little bit more water if you want to, rainwater. But you don't have to because they're both pretty moist right now. Just remember, you don't want to give it too much because you can rot the roots. You just don't want to do that. So, but that's about it. That is the best, safest way to transfer your plants without damaging them or having them go stagnant or anything like that. So that is the best way that we've found over the years. And we have grown, sky's the limit, all kinds of different things in pots. And, you know, it's something that we're probably just going to continue on doing, is just pot growing from here on. All right, you have anything, sweetie? Nope. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this content, if you got something from it, go ahead and subscribe and like. See you on the next one.
And I only want a question about give it water and sun and anything else that can help it to grow.
That's right. All right. See you guys next time.